Good morning, class. All right. So before we begin with today's session, let's all have our daily routine. Greet your classmates a very good morning. Okay, so after greeting your classmates a very good morning, you may all take your seats. Class, remember our class rules. Okay, so today we are going to have another interesting lesson. And do you want to guess what will be our lesson? Yes, very good. Our lesson will be all about the rate of reaction, factors affecting the rate of reaction. So this is our learning rules. So may I request somebody to read our um, general objective. Let's have a short recap of what our lesson yesterday. So very good. It's all about the collision theory. So remember that enable for the reaction to occur, particles must collide, and then particles must have a specific orientation. And the last one is the reactant must possess a certain amount of a minimum of energy in order for the reactions to occur. So is there any more questions regarding with our lesson yesterday? All right, very smart. Let's have this. So look around you. Now and then, can you name me some of the examples of the chemical processes that happening around you? Okay, you may take your sticky notes and then write it there. Okay, I will give you a minute of that and then you may post your answer here in our board. Okay, great job, class. So here are some of the chemical processes that this. Yes, I have you four pictures. Okay, try to guess what is the answer. All right, very good. This one is reaction. Okay, so let's have the second one. Okay, so take a look at the four pictures. Okay, anyone could guess? Very good. This is actually temperature. Okay, how about the third picture? Okay, so you can see the four pictures. Yes, great. This is concentration. Okay, so actually these are the terms that we're going to use for our discussion. So I want you to make a short sentence about the words that we have in our purpose in word. What are those words again? Good job. What is the rate of reaction? So according to this, the rate of reaction is the speed at which the chemical reaction takes place. So there are different speed that reaction takes place. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast, and there are factors that affecting the rate of reaction. So of course, I want you to find out those factors that affect the rate of reaction. So we're going to have an experiment. This is actually you could do it. Okay, the materials are already prepared on your table. Okay, all you have to do is just read the materials there. You read every procedure carefully. Okay, so let me explain first. Okay, so as you can see there on your table, there is station 1, there is station 2, and there is station 3. Okay, for station number 1, you're going to work on the effect of temperature. Okay, so take note of our safety laboratory procedures. Okay, and then the second station, you are going to work on the effect of catalyst. Okay, so may I see the second station? All right. How about the third station? The third station going to work on the effect of concentration. Okay, may I see there's the people who will work on station 3. All right. Okay. Okay. Actually, we have an actual and a virtual law. Okay. So for this station one, you will work on temperature. Here is the guide questions that you need to answer. So for the first one is which glass dissolve or disperse the coffee faster? Okay, station 1, do you love coffee? Okay, how about it? Number 2, you will work on the question how temperature affects the rate of reaction. Okay, so any question regarding with your guide questions? Okay, if there is none, let's move to station number 2. Okay, for this station number 2, your questions, the guide question is how concentration affects the rate of reaction. Okay, and then for the station number 3, your guide question is how catalyst affects the rate of reaction. Okay, so I will give you 20 minutes to work with your group and work on per station. So again, remember our laboratory safety rules. Okay, and be quiet while working. Minimize the noise. Okay, if there is question, you can raise your hand and I will count to you. Okay, so you can now do your work. I'm going to have the presentation of the output. Okay, so let's call the first group who will present the station number 1. So as you can see, as you say a while ago, that increasing the temperature will speed up the rate of reaction. What happened to your coffee? Yes. When the coffee was put in a hot water, it dissolves faster than when you put it in a cold water. So it is something to do with the temperature that affects the rate of reaction. So as you can see on the pictures here, in the figure here, that increasing the temperature is actually increasing the kinetic energy of the molecules. And while you are increasing the kinetic energy of the molecules, you're actually increasing the rate of reaction. And that is what happened. We'll work on the concentration. So, as what we told a while ago, the concentration, okay, if you increase the concentration, you are actually increasing the rate of reaction. This is just like you are putting more little spaces to the particles. And when you have putting this smaller spaces on the particles, you are actually increasing the rate of reaction. Okay, are you familiar with a concentrated dishwashing liquid? Okay, so it tells that if you have a concentrated dishwashing liquid, you can clean more plates. Okay, if you have a concentrated detergent, you can wash more clothes. So it's just like that. Okay, so more particles, there is a faster rate of reaction. Okay, and the particles there has a more possibility that they could collide with one another. Therefore, you're increasing the rate of reaction. Clarification on the presentation, the presence of catalyst. So as you know, that the catalyst increases the rate of reaction by lowering the activation energy. So a catalyst could be a positive or a negative catalyst. So when we say positive catalyst, it is a substance that speeds up the chemical reaction and also known as the enzyme. So do you know some enzymes that could that could present in our body? Yes, very good. One of the enzymes that could be found in our body is our saliva, and it speeds up the rate of reaction. That's why we could catalyst. There's also what we call the negative catalyst. It's simply known as the inhibitor. You deserve to have claps. Okay, very good. Best. So let's have now the word bank. Okay, so let's recall all the presenter here, the things that is discussed by the presenters. Okay, so what are the factors that affect the rate of reaction? Okay, very good. One is the respiration is also another examples of the chemical reaction that's happening in our daily lives. I have here a video and I want you to answer this. What are the things that you have learned today? Please complete the sentence. Okay, ready for a short quiz. Okay, so